could hug your faces through the air and love on you tonight. But I'm so thankful for technology that is becoming such a blessing in our life right now, right? Like, I think if all this craziness was going on 10 years ago, you know, how different all of this would be. So anyway, I wanted to say hello to all my beautiful consultants, faith area. I am so proud of you and all the things that you do to make the whole world a better place. And I just want to remind you about our miracle-filled March, you guys. You get to earn your beautiful double credit. Leah Tripp has already earned her ring. You earn your bracelet when you have 6 new this month, or your ring with 2,000. So that is so super exciting. I can't wait to give lots of these out, be mailing them out like so super soon. Some other exciting things. Tomorrow night, you guys, we are going to be doing a Facebook Live on the way forward. And it's going to be about ways to work your business virtually. So maybe guess in the room, you're thinking about this Mary Kay thing and you're like, I don't know, is this a good time for people buying Mary Kay? And I can tell you, yes, they're buying Mary Kay. It was so exciting. We have a Voxer group that has a ton of consultants in it, our top consultants in the area. And this past weekend, it was blowing up all weekend long. I sold $1,000 a day. I sold $400 a day. I sold $500 a day. And so, yes, people are buying this product. And we're excited about that. And we know that we can still gather in small groups and do our small appointments. And that's super exciting. But tomorrow night, we're going to be sharing some super awesome virtual hacks from some people who've been using those in a very, very positive, powerful way to really build your business that way as well. So many great options out there. So I can't wait to share with you, you guys. I know that our world is crazy right now. Like, anybody feel like you've been like 50 Shades of Crazy this week? Like a whole new book series coming here, you know, like one day it's just this, and then the next day we can't do this, and then the next day we can't do this. And it's like, oh, goodness gracious. So it has been a whirlwind of emotions. And so whether you're a guest or a consultant out there, I just really encourage you that tonight it is okay to have had multiple meltdowns this week. Or maybe you are just like, cool, Modi, and you got like a 10-point plan on how you're going to homeschool your kids. I'm not that girl. Maybe you've been somewhere in between, like I have been, and you've been like, cool, Modi, some moments, and some moments you're like on the ledge, and other moments you're like, I can't believe this is happening in America. And oh my gosh, I love my children, but they're going to be home a really long time. And all these thoughts and emotions. And so I just want to really encourage you that it's okay to feel sort of a little wacky right now, quite honestly. If you don't, you're not normal. And I just want to encourage you to process those emotions with safe people. It's really important to not pin up all that stuff inside. It will just really eat you alive. But what I do know, you guys, is that our God, His ways are not our ways, and His thoughts are not our thoughts, and He has the best plan. And that we are going to come out on the other side of this stronger than ever as a country, as a Mary Kay company. Our sisterhood in the faith area, no doubt, will be the strongest it's ever been. And so this time is really going to be about you embracing to learn to do some new things in order to move forward. And we are all going to embrace those things together. So anyway, if you're a guest in the room, raise your hand. I can't see it, but I just know there's lots of you out there. I am National Sales Director Somer Fortenberry. I'm so excited to share with you a little bit tonight about my Mary Kay journey. When someone first introduced me to Mary Kay or mentioned it to me the first time, I literally laughed in their face. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I have a full academic scholarship. Actually, do you know that I got about $500,000 in offers to different schools to attend, all free of charge, and you are asking me to sell lipstick? Like, I'm not so sure that you understand. I'm going to change the world. I had a little bit of an arrogant attitude for sure. Yeah, I was the one that could not pay my bills. I had gotten married very young against everybody else's advice. I was going to do it my own way. Have you ever been that girl? And, came home from this big wedding and this big honeymoon to reality that was much different than I had planned. Excuse me. Never been afraid to cough in America till this week either. That's a new one. But so he had trouble showing up for work. And when you don't show up for work, you lose your job. And so it became very apparent early on to me at the ripe old age, you guys, of just 19, that if anything was going to change, it was going to be up to me. Otherwise, we were going to be broke as a joke the rest of our life, like more than money. Like at the end of the week, we had enough money to go to Wendy's and get 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, french fries, and ice water for $3.20. And I am not kidding. And I was over it very quickly. So this girl came over. She had just started Mary Kay business. She looked amazing. She had just earned a red Grand Am with Mary Kay. And I was like, this isn't for real, but this is crazy that she's driving a Mary Kay car, that they're paying for that. And the car was super pretty. And anyway, she didn't try to recruit me that night. But what she did is she left me a mini skincare system of ours. And I had cystic acne. I spent $150 a month to go to the dermatologist, taking all this different medication, you guys, and was desperate for something to help with my skin. I had spent thousands of dollars on all different things. Nothing was helping. And so I was definitely, not believing that this product would help either, but I knew she would follow up with me. And so I tried the product for 2 weeks, and within 2 weeks, my skin started to get so much better, to heal. The scarring was going away, and my skin wasn't peeling off my face, which is always good, right? We want to be able to wear makeup as women. And so at that time, she left some products on my doorstep, along with some more information about the business. And I looked through the folder, and it said you can make all this money. And I know, guess in the room, you're thinking, yeah, right, these women, they drank pink Kool-Aid. And I thought the same thing. But the thing is that mini skincare system, I was out of it. Had to have more. Was looking at the price of the big set in the catalog, and guess what? That price and then the starter kit price were the exact same, but the starter kit had a ton more. And I think they probably have it displayed for you to see there tonight. Now it has over $450 of product, and it didn't even have that much in it. When I started, it had a lot, but not that much. But it was like, okay, so I can spend $100 to get my skincare set that I got to have, or I can spend $100, start a Mary Kay business that I'm not going to sell anything, but I can buy my products half price. So what's the catch? Like, this is not rocket science. Why would I not sign up? So I signed my agreement, y'all, literally thinking this would be nothing but some extra money, maybe, but I probably would never sell anything. And I just really want to buy my products half price. So I went to my first meeting because my director kept saying, come get pen, come get pen, come get pen. And I'm like, I don't need to get pen. I am not even going to do this thing. And so went to the meeting. Those women were all so happy. I'm like, they are on drugs. The women I work with do not act this way. I worked at a bank in the summers when I was in college, and they all talked about each other. I sat right outside my boss's office. As soon as she left her office, they were all like, like we as women can do. And I thought, this is weird. They're so positive, so encouraging. They're clapping constantly. And then at the end of the night, they shared their highest commission checks, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was one lady there that had an $8,000 commission check in a month. I'm like, no wonder they're happy. No wonder they're so happy, because I'm tired of being broke. And I did not think, you guys, that I could make a big go of this at all. I did not have the confidence they had. I could not walk in heels like they could. I didn't even wear makeup at the time. But what I thought was, if they can make thousands a month, then I can make a few hundred. And that would change our financial situation. So I went home determined to do my 30 faces in 30 days. And so I facialed 30 women in 30 days. And I was working full time, going to college full time, and my grandfather's down at home with hospice care. So if you're sitting there going, I got no time, Summer. Yeah, Summer had no time either. But what I know about us as women is when we make it a decision to make something a priority, we make a way and we find a way. Just like we're going to in this season, y'all. That's who we are. And so I fit in my facials before work, after work, however I had to. And I had the most amazing time. I would sit down with the woman. When a woman takes her makeup off in front of you, it's like spiritual bonding. It's like something magical happens and you're best friends forever. But I just had so much fun, and I made new friends. And at the end of the month, I had made $1,200 profit. And I knew that when I graduated with my degree, I wasn't going to make much more than that teaching school full time, working all the time like a dog, and spending a lot of money out of my own pocket to buy things for the classroom. I knew how all of that went. And I loved the kids. Don't get me wrong. But there were so many other things about that job that made it so very difficult. So after that, I thought, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Keep doing the same thing. So I did 30 faces the next month, and the next month, and the next month. And within 4 months, I earned my first car, which is a red Grand Am. And I've never had a new car, you guys, except for the ones that Mary Kay has bought me or let me drive. They pay for me to drive them. And it's pretty awesome because it's been 19 years of free car payments now. No car payments. So that's about $110,000 that has saved me over 19 years. What could you do with $110,000, y'all? Oh my gosh, send kids to college, take care of aging parents, put your kids in private Christian school. So many choices, right? And so within 6 months, I became a sales director, still going to college, finished my degree. Within a year, I graduated my degree, was teaching 3rd grade, found out I was pregnant with my oldest son, Noah, and had earned a pink Cadillac. So it was just a whirlwind. And after Noah was born, I'll try to show him a picture. I don't know if you can see it, my phone that well or not, but those are my babies, Noah, Joshua, Allie, Kate. And after Noah was born, it's like the whole world just stopped turning. And I made a decision that I would retire from my long teaching career of a year and do this full time. And so he is 17 now. And you guys, that has been my greatest joy, is that I have been a work from home mom all these years and never, ever regretted 1 minute of it. Their stuff goes on my schedule first, and then I work around them. And so, this coronavirus stuff is a little icky, trying to figure it all out. But in a large way, I already live my life from home. And so it is a change for sure that I can't just go out into the world however I want to these days. But I've really, planted my life around my home anyway. And so what a blessing that is. And so Noah is 17, Joshua is 11, and then I have Allie Kate, who is 5 going on 40 and is the true biggest firecracker of the family. Her and Joshua, well, they have a competition daily to see who wins the prize for that. But most days she wins, but some days he does. And the moment that we brought her home from the hospital, it was flu season, so they couldn't come to the hospital, which totally broke my heart. Oh, I don't know if that's ever happened to you when you had a baby, but it did me. But we brought him home from the hospital. We brought her home, and the minute her and Joshua met, he was only 5 or 6. I think he was 6. They looked into each other's eyes, and it was like, we're the same kind, like they had their little mischievous dealings together, which can be challenging. But you guys, I just consistently built my business over the year, work from home around my family. It looked different in different seasons of life. It looks very different in this season than it did in the last, but it has every season. That's how I know, we got this, because it's changed so much from just having 1 child to having 2 to having 3, and so spread apart in age, and 3 different schools and 3 different sports activities. But that's the great thing about it. I've been able to tailor whatever needed to be done in every single season. And so thankful for that, for sure. But along the way, I had other challenges. When I was 25, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease, almost died from it before they figured out what was wrong with me. And it's a chronic disease I'll have for the rest of my life. And so, spent 5 months of a winter completely on my back, not being able to leave my house for 1 day. Again, another proof that our business works. You guys, didn't even work a day for 5 months. Never had a commission check for less than $5,000 at 25 years old. If I'd been any other job in America, we would have lost everything we had, and it would have been a disaster. But instead, I was able to pay our bills because my customers still needed their products, and my consultants were working towards their goals, and we got through that season. And then I had Joshua about a year and a half later, and he was premature, 4 pounds, 7 ounces, and owed about $11,000 in unexpected medical bills. Have you ever been there? Prior to Mary Kay, that would have been half my life, but because of Mary Kay, it was 1 check out of my checkbook. I was making $9,000 to $13,000 a month every single month by the time that happened. What an incredible choice to not be in bondage to an unexpected medical bills and be like, we got this. I mean, it never feels good to write a check that big. I don't care how much money you have, but to know that it's taken care of, you guys, it really does allow you for some more peaceful moments in your life, for sure. And then when Joshua was 15 months old, so I had 2 little guys. I went through a divorce after 10 years of marriage. My husband was in music and youth ministry, and he made a decision. He had been making some bad decisions, and I spent a lot of my days driving to Mary Kay parties and appointments and grand openings, crying and praying the whole way there, but no one ever really knew what was going on. And so it wasn't like this just happened out of the blue, but he made a terrible choice. Have you ever been in a place where someone you love very much makes a choice that changes your life forever? And it's like, for a season, You feel like the rest of your life is going to be measured before that day and after that day. And it was a tough time. He was arrested and convicted as a sex offender. The news media was on our lawn. I had 2 little boys to take care of, a 3,600 square foot house payment to take care of on my own, and he left me with $60,000 of credit card debt. And most women left in that place would have had to, pray that they had somebody else that could like bail them out of that, or, lost everything that you had. And so I'm so grateful for the choices of this business. It's not that I'm good. It's not that I'm great. It's not anything about Somer Fortenberry. It's God's grace in putting this business in my life, and me saying yes, and me being willing to run after it, because he knew before the foundation of the world that all these things would happen. And he put the gift of Mary Kay in my life. And the most godly women ever surrounded me during that time. I know all these Mary Kay directors that you meet tonight, you guys, they're the real deal. I talk to them a million times a day. We're up late together. We get up early together. We talk a lot. We do life. When one of them is hurting, we're all on our knees praying. It's such an incredible sisterhood that I'm so grateful for. But, so many of them showed up and helped my 7-year-old with his homework, or made sure I was up and out of the bed, because some days I didn't want to get out of the bed. But, all the things I had poured into them, they poured back into me. And I really thought I would never, ever, ever want to look at another man for the rest of my life. I didn't, but I made a list of things that I required, that if I would ever meet somebody, they would have to meet those requirements in order for me to date them, because I was not going to end up in the same place again. And I kind of made my list, prayed about it, and went on my business. I was working to become a national sales director with Mary Kay, which I was so passionate about, because we get retirement as national sales directors in Mary Kay. And here I had 2 little guys that I thought, well, if I have to pay for weddings and colleges, and, I want total financial security for them. And so I was really working hard on that goal, which led me to take my sales directors in qualification to an amazing conference in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, on a Friday, to hear the legendary Pat Fortenberry speak. And she's the 3rd most successful woman ever in Mary Kay. She had 36,000 beauty consultants in her national area before she retired from Mary Kay. She was on on Good Morning America with Mary Kay the lady. So she was the only Mary Kay that I ever really knew growing up. She mentored my national sales director, and so that's how I knew her. But I took my DIQs to hear her speak, and Leslie Speeds was one of them. And that day her son was there selling her book called More Than Makeup. And we shook hands that day, and he says he doesn't remember me from that day. Well, now he admits that he does remember me, because he accidentally slipped and said that I had on red heels that day, which I did. So he did notice me. But after the conference was over, his mom said, I heard she went through a divorce. You need to call her. And so he sent me a Facebook message and asked if he could have my number, and then offered to drive from Wilmington to Charlotte 4 hours to take me on a date the next weekend. And I was like, 4 hours? So anyway, I skeptically allowed him to take me on a date, and then we went on a date the next weekend and the next weekend, and we were married a year later, and now we have Allie Kate. So you guys, the day I signed my agreement, I thought, I'm going to buy my products half price. I'm not going to make any money at this. And I promise you, God was just sitting back with his great sense of humor, laughing at me, going, friend, you have no idea what I'm getting ready to do to your life. And literally now, my family, you guys, came from my Mary Kay starter kit. I wouldn't have Craig or Allie in my life. And Joshua and Noah wouldn't have Craig as their dad, because he is their dad, if it hadn't been for that $100 investment at the time that I really didn't have. And it's forever changed my life. And because it's changed my life, it's changed so many other women's lives. And I'm so passionate about women having choices. You guys, maybe you have the most amazing husband ever. You want to be able to provide if you need to. Prayerfully, you never, ever have to. But my national sales director even lost her husband at 40, an unexpected tragedy. And so you just never know what life can throw at you. And so I'm so grateful for the choices this opportunity has given to me. And so I want to share with you the ways that we make our money real quickly. And then I guess Adrian and Chastity and Sierra and Angela can answer your questions, because I can't hear what you guys are doing. You can only hear me, which is super hard for me because I'm so interactive. But you guys, we have an unbeatable marketing plan. We've been around for 56 years. Do you know when Mary Kay founded our company in 1963, there were 300 other direct selling companies. And how many of them are left? 4. We're iconic. People know Mary Kay like they know Pepsi and Coca-Cola. And we just started with a little lady's dream in her retirement when most people have been like, oh, I'm just going to kick back and relax. And, you know, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my life. She invested her life savings to create our company in her retirement and did her greatest work when most people would think, I don't have that much left to give. Mary Kay changed the world. $5,000. 9 consultants. We opened in a storefront in Dallas in 1963. We sold Beauty by Mary Kay, which was originally used to tan leather. Thank God we've come a long way. And wigs, because everyone wore wigs then, and that's sort of coming back on now. They're called hair extensions. Modern day version, right? But I just think about the courage that it took. Her lawyer and her accountant told her she would never make it. A month before we opened, they told her not to, and she did it anyway. I love women with such courage and grit. Adrienne and Chastity and Angela and Sierra, they're those same kind of women. And so whoever you're a guest of tonight, if you decide to sign up, you would have a warrior woman as a mentor. That's what I can promise you, that would guide you alongside her, step by step by step. But you guys, so many other companies that are coming up now, they really can say some bad things about our company. And some people get offended, and I used to when I was a newer consultant director, but now I just sort of chuckle and know that we're the gold standard and everybody wants to be like our company, but they're not. Because she founded our company on the golden rule philosophy, doing to others as that you would have them do unto you. And that pretty much just solves any problem you have in life. If you put yourself in the other person's shoes, you can pretty much figure out what's the right thing to do. And it's a biblical principle. God first, family second, and career third. And she believed that's how women were made and designed to live their lives. And I do too. Me too, a million times. I'm so grateful, Mary Kay Ash, every single day that she had the courage to do something countercultural, that I get to live the life that I live every day with God first, family second, and career third because of her courage. So we make money, number one, through the sale of the product. So simple, you make half of everything you sell. So you buy the product for $1 and sell it for $2. Mary Kay has an amazing website you can sign up for that your customers can shop online with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Of course, you can utilize social media to sell, which is what we're doing training on tomorrow night. We also can do virtual facials during the season where you FaceTime and you send her some samples in the mail or drop them off at her house, and you still do a facial just via FaceTime. So there's so many ways to sell product. Of course, normally we are on the face, and we're still doing that. People are out all weekend doing facials, and so many people were glad to see somebody else, in their real life space. And just there's something magical about making a woman look more beautiful. It makes her feel more beautiful, then that makes her act differently. But 50% of however you sell the product, you make it. The average party across the country is $300. The average facial just depends. My Bobby in Washington State did a facial on Saturday, and she sold $426 to one person. And that's an area of the country that is really hard hit by this virus right now. And so she hasn't been out and about as much as normal. And she's 75 and spry as I don't know what. I tell her every day, you inspire me. I want to be like you. She goes to YMCA every morning. And I would never know her. She lives across the country from me. How awesome is that? But 50%, you guys, however you sell, and you're going to have business now, and then you're going to build customers for life. So you're also going to develop a reorder business, and you're going to make 50% from all of that. And so that really builds up over time. Before I became a national sales director, I was selling $600 to $1,000 a week, which is $300 to $500 profit from my reorder business, not from any of my new appointments. And that is financial stability. So 50% of everything that we sell. And then the second way we make our money is through team building. Now, most of the companies out there, you guys, there's one way you make money, and it's through commission. And the way most of the direct selling companies are working is like they have a markup so high on their product, it basically forces everybody into wholesale membership. You spend like so much money to become a loyal customer. They don't call it wholesale membership, but then that allows you to buy the product at consultant cost. So then you're only making money when you recruit people. And lots of companies, you have to have so many recruits before you make any money. And you guys, off hours, very first person, you make 4% commission, and you earn $50 bonus on every qualified new team member that you add to your team. It's so simple and amazing. Plus, you're making 50% on your sales. Plus, your new recruit is making 50% on her sales, y'all. So Leah Tripp, one of our up-and-coming new hotshot directors, did several debuts this weekend. I think her team over the weekend sold about $3,000, and most of that was for new consultants at grand opening parties, and they added several new team members for each new consultant that debuted as well. So you can make money as soon as you get started. That's the exciting thing, you guys. So back to selling, we make 50%. Second way, team building, off the first one, you make 4%. When you get to 5 team members, your commission goes to 9 or 13%. Plus, you go on target to drive your first car, which is a Chevy Malibu, or you can choose cash. But if you take the car, smartest decision, it says Mary Kay on it. People chase you down. Do you have a moisturizer? America understands she drives a free car, real loud and clear. And really, that creates huge momentum in your business. So again, we sell the product for 50% we make, and then our first team member, we earn 4% commission. And then when you get up to 5, you earn 9 or 13% on your team. That's when you can start earning your first car. We have people do that their very first month in business, y'all. Many, many times, very first month in business, go on target for their first car. And then the third way we make our money, which is my absolute favorite, is by becoming a sales director or a national sales director. And so Adrienne and Chastity and Sierra and Angela are all sales directors, and that's the cream of the crop and the tip of the top. And they can make anywhere from $1,000 a month all the way up. One of my friends in Mary Kay's made $30,000 in a month. Now there's no cap on it though. So the highest paycheck has not yet been written. Every record that's been set is made to be broken. But how exciting, you can work from home and design your life around your family, God, family, career. And as a sales director, there are 13 different avenues of income. You're still earning on your sales, and you earn commission just like you did as a consultant. But then there is literally 11 other ways you can earn bonuses and commission as a sales director, including earning additional cars, a Chevy Equinox, a Chevy Traverse, a Mini Cooper with light pink accents. Are you kidding me? Or a pink Cadillac like Adrienne and Chastity drive, you guys. And they offer cash compensation at every single level, but the sky is literally the limit. And then you can even become a national sales director, which is what I am. And we are the only company in the whole wide world that has a retirement program, and it's called Family Security. So they'll take my last 5 years before I retire, the best 3 of the last 5, average that, and they will pay me 60% of that average for 15 years for retirement. I never pay into it. So what do you get when you retire from most places? Like a pen or a watch. But for Mary Kay, you literally get 15 years of retirement. Plus, while you're an active national, you get a new car every 2 to 3 years before you retire. So I've gotten a pink Escalade 3 times now since I became a national 8 years ago. It's valued at $88,000. Y'all, that car is worth more than the house I lived in when I started my Mary Kay business. I lived in a little single-wide trailer. Like, there's no Mary Kay type. It just takes my breath away, all that they do. They also pay for us to go on an expense paid vacation. Every single year, we're an active national. And then for our retirement gift, they give us a new car that Cadillac makes, plus 3 more trips. So you guys, I've never even been on an airplane at 19 when I signed my agreement. And now I've seen the sunset all over the world. Maui, Rome, China. We climbed the Great Wall of China on our company's 50th anniversary. Glad I'm not there right now, though. Goodness, we have been to Portugal and Spain, the French Riviera last year on a cruise, like an all-suite cruise ship with 24-hour-a-day butler service with only 150 people on the boat. Have you ever been on a cruise like that? Amazing. Amazing. We're supposed to go on Alaska cruise in May. Not sure if that's going to happen. But you guys, the opportunities are endless. Endless. My world is so much bigger than I ever imagined. You know that one of my directors is from the Philippines. And so she has now become a director for a year. And so she is recruiting a whole team of women on the other side of the world in the Philippines. Y'all, I didn't think I could do this thing at all, much less have people are literally selling Mary Kay 24 hours a day, all day long out of our team. That blows my mind. When I'm asleep, I have people in the Philippines on the other side of the world selling the same products. Is that like so awesome or what? I'm just a country girl from Pumpkin Center that lives out on 60 acres of land that never imagined any of this. And so don't not do this because you think, I can't imagine doing that, because guess what? Me too. Me too. I was too busy. Me too. I'm shy and introverted. Me too, you guys. My favorite thing is being alone in a hot bathtub with a book. Like, that's my favorite destination. Or being at home with my kids. I love being out with people, but I am very introverted by nature. Now, I'll talk your head off after I get to know you, but I'm not that way by default. That's not my comfort zone. And so don't let all the things and popping in your head right now, reasons why you shouldn't stop you. Think of all the reasons why. And consultants, there are so many women out there right now who are going to need to make extra money. So you ask everybody you know, because it could be the difference between her being able to pay that mortgage next month or not. Because God uses all things for his good. Romans 8:28. That is what I know. And I know that he is going to use this time to bring women into our company that would have never done it except for this moment. And then they're going to find a dream of their own and realize they don't have to live in a rat race anymore, and they don't have to drop their kids off at daycare anymore. It's going to forever change who they are, like it's changed who I am. I love this opportunity, you guys. All it takes to get started is a starter kit. I think they probably have one there that they can show you. It has over $450 of product in it. It's like $116 to $118 with shipping and tax in South Carolina. And worst case scenario, like, do you shop at Target or Walmart? Oh my gosh, I've gone to Walmart like 50 times this week. And every time I leave Walmart, even when it's not coronavirus week, it's like $100 at the least. And I'm like, how do we need $100? And none of the stuff I've ever spent $100 on at Walmart ever changed my life. Like, I need more of it. I use it up and I need more. I'm like, oh, I gotta spend $100 again. But you guys, if you went to Walmart tonight or Target and they said, spend $116 with us tonight, and we're going to give you $450 of product, and then you can shop here half price, what would you say? Where do I sign? That's a great deal. That's the worst case scenario. But the best case is it can change your life forever. What if you just meet some great Christian girlfriends? Is that the end of the world? What if you get to bring your children up around this second little hobby that you have and have some great fun? Is that the end of the world? Absolutely not. But what if you fall head over heels in love with making women feel beautiful, like I have? And then you meet women who forever change the course of your life because of who they are. I just encourage you and beg you to give this some real thought tonight. I know that they're going to offer you something extra if you make a decision to join tonight. And I just pray that I'll get to meet you in person and get to help train you as a brand new beauty consultant. And I'm just so grateful I said yes. I could have so easily said no, just like you could tonight, but I didn't. I said yes. And every chapter in my story thereafter was changed because I said yes, in such a better way. I'm such a more positive person. I'm so grateful. So thank you for listening to me tonight for 32 minutes and 55 seconds. I can talk all night long because I'm so passionate about this. But I just really pray that as they close you out tonight, that you will give this opportunity a shot, because you will never be sad that you did. I can promise you that. You'll only be so grateful that you said yes. And you will be able to add people to your team quickly, and we will get you started making money quickly, and it will just be the absolute ride of a lifetime. So thank you guys for having me virtually tonight. I love you all so much. I'm so proud of you, Adrian, Chastity, Sierra, Angela. I don't know if Kristen's in virtually, but you all just make my heart beat faster. I'm so proud of the way you're carrying yourself through these days, leading by example. You make me a better Summer every day, and I'm so honored to do life with all of you. So you guys have a great rest of your night.